Think about the device in your pocket right now. Between GPS satellites, cell towers, and Wi-Fi networks, you are constantly pinging the global grid. In our modern world, it is incredibly difficult to truly disappear. Yet on March 8, 2014, a 240-ton Boeing 777 carrying 239 people did exactly that. The night started out completely normal. Malaysia Airlines Flight 370 lifted off from Kuala Lumpur, heading out on a standard red-eye route bound for Beijing. For the first 40 minutes, the flight proceeded perfectly to plan. At 1:19 a.m., Captain Zahari Ahmad Shah signed off with air traffic control, saying, "Good night, Malaysian 370." Those were the last words ever heard from the cockpit. In a world where every movement is monitored, a massive, fully loaded aircraft managed to simply vanish without a single distress signal. Exactly 1 minute after that final radio sign-off, the plane went totally dark. Commercial aircraft are equipped with a transponder. This is the primary tether to the modern aviation grid, constantly transmitting the exact identity, speed, and altitude of the plane to ground control. When a transponder switches off, the aircraft effectively drops off the map. Air traffic controllers in Malaysia and Vietnam frantically tried to hail the cockpit, but their screens showed nothing. Planes do not typically lose all communication and tracking simultaneously. This silent disconnect left ground controllers with a complete void, turning a routine flight into an unexplained disappearance. While civilian air traffic control had completely lost track of the plane, military radar was still watching. Military data showed something unsettling. Instead of continuing toward China, Flight 370 executed a sharp 90-degree left turn, flying back over Malaysia. It crossed the Andaman Sea before slipping off radar entirely, heading into the vast Indian Ocean. The trail seemed cold until investigators checked a separate, automated system built into the Boeing 777. The aircraft was equipped with a maintenance terminal designed to send out digital handshakes, or pings, to a satellite once an hour. Those pings revealed that the plane didn't crash after leaving radar coverage. It kept flying for 6 additional hours, guided deep into the remote southern Indian Ocean. This satellite data shifted the focus of the search thousands of miles away. The aircraft had spent 6 hours as a ghost flight, traveling into one of the most remote regions on Earth. The immediate suspicion fell on the pilot, but when authorities scrutinized Captain Zahari Ahmad Shah's life, they found no red flags. The official report cleared him of any financial stress, mental health crises, or suicidal behavior. Others pointed to a catastrophic mechanical failure, like a rapid fire that could have knocked out the electronics and suffocated the crew. But the complex 90-degree manual turnover Malaysia requires a conscious person at the controls to execute. That leaves hijacking. Yet extensive background checks on all 227 passengers and the remaining crew turned up no terrorist ties, no known motives, and no credible claims of responsibility. Every theory has a piece of supporting evidence, and every theory ultimately collapses under the weight of the hard data. We have the radar tracks and the satellite pings telling us exactly where the plane went, but we are completely missing the why. What followed was the most expensive search and rescue operation in aviation history. Ships and aircraft from 26 different countries scoured millions of square miles of open water and found absolutely nothing. Over the next 12 years, the ocean gave up almost no physical evidence. Only 3 confirmed pieces of the aircraft ever washed ashore, carried by deep-water currents to distant African shorelines. Scientists even tried to trace the drift patterns back to the impact zone by analyzing the chemical makeup of barnacles attached to the debris in 2025. This led to another massive push. In 2026, the marine robotics company Ocean Infinity deployed a fleet of autonomous underwater vehicles. They scanned 140,000 square kilometers of the seafloor. They came back empty-handed. Despite millions of dollars and the most advanced deep-water scanning technology on the planet, the sheer, crushing reality of the ocean simply absorbed the aircraft. We live in a world blanketed by GPS, watched by military radar, and constantly tracked by data, and yet a 240-ton machine and 239 human beings vanished permanently. For the families left behind, the loss is frozen in time. They have spent more than a decade locked in a state of suspended grief, waiting for answers that never arrive. The disappearance of Flight 370 proves that no matter how advanced our tracking grids become, the deep, dark ocean remains an unconquerable void. And somewhere beneath those waves, it is holding secrets we may never reach.